How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. Today we have with us Connor Kenny. We're going to be talking about the market. What's happening right now is this the bottom of what you should be doing, what you should be looking out for, what are the next steps, when you might want to trade out of the market or take some profit. I'm going to leave links to Connor underneath the video so you can go check out his channel. Also, there are some other links underneath the video in case you want to trade. There's a link to CoinW, there's a link to Blowfin, there's a link to Margex. There are all those links underneath the video. They're doing some airdrops, so definitely check out those links. You can start trading today. Of course, always check their terms and conditions, make sure you understand trading, and let's get into the video. Connor, thanks so much for coming back. Of course, we had to get you in the car. Wherever we can get you, we'll take it. Connor, obviously, we bounced a little bit here, up to 61,000. I know we talked yesterday and thought there was maybe a little bit more downward pressure, and we did fall down maybe $1,000 or $2,000 from where we started talking. So what's going on here? Are we out of it? Are we just going to move right back up to 70?
Yeah, so I mean, it's an interesting time, isn't it? Like the market was extremely shaky, and I mean, I hate to be the guy who says just as I called it or just as predicted, but my bear case was always the $60,000 region, and as we discussed, I had an idea in my head that we'll most likely get a big wick that went into the lower region to actually scare the market enough, and that's pretty much exactly what we saw. The wick went down to 58.5, I think. I actually had a buy order. Annoyingly, I had one leverage at 59.6 and another one at 57.6. So I got the 59.6 open. So I'm in quite a decent amount of profit on that. And the lower one I didn't get that, sadly. But pretty much what's happening now is exactly what I thought in my bear case. Of course, I had my bear case and my bull case. So what's happening now is basically what I thought would happen in this scenario. Now, looking at the market at the moment, it's very hard to tell if the pain and the suffering is over right now. And so we have a couple of different scenarios that could play out. This could be it. This could be it. My gut tells me that we haven't had enough. There hasn't been enough pain for it to be over yet. You know, I feel if I was someone who was manipulating the market, I wouldn't feel like we'd done enough. I'd want to push the market even lower because I think a lot of people are expecting us to bounce at 60, which kind of counterintuitively for us, it doesn't work in our favor because if there is a lot of people who are expecting a bounce, it means they're going to go long just like I have. That's all going to be visible and people are going to want to wreck. They want to liquidate, hit the stop losses and all of that again. So yeah, I think that there is still quite a high chance of us having more downside. But as we speak right now, everything that's happened so far is still bullish. We made a higher low since the original low we made. And yeah, technically speaking, if we hold the 60,000, the 59, what I have on my chart is 59 to 61. If we hold that, it's incredibly bullish. We've seen altcoins have a little bounce as well, which is nice. And yeah, I'm just waiting to see what happens. Really, I have that position I opened, but that has a stop loss. It won't cost me much if we end up getting stopped out of that. And yeah, I'm just gonna have to wait to see what happens from here.
Yeah, and it seems like there are some buyers. I don't know if you saw this, but Mr. 100 bought for the first time in over a month. So Mr. 100 bought May 19, then sold about 2 weeks later on the 3rd of June, then started buying again on June 24, bought 113 Bitcoin. Then today bought 108 Bitcoin, 105 Bitcoin as well. And there's another entity that bought what, $235 million worth of Bitcoin, 4,000 Bitcoin in the last day. And we also got news that Morgan Stanley is expected to approve Bitcoin ETFs on their platform by the end of August, which that's still a little bit further off. But it seems like there's some good news coming today, which is pushing us up a little bit. Obviously, like it seemed like there's a lot of pain, at least on my timeline. Like everyone was super bearish. I saw people commenting that we're going to go back down to $0 or $10,000 on Bitcoin, which just seems kind of absurd at this point. I guess we have some catalysts moving forward throughout the rest of the summer, but do you think it's just going to stick in the same range, like 60 to 70,000? Is it going to be just people dying of boredom instead of like capitulation down to 40K or something like that?
I mean, it's very hard to tell at this point. You know what I mean? Like we've come down a lot. the altcoins are in, close to bear market territory. We're in like not a great scenario for altcoin holders, and this is what the bear market bottoms felt like. This is what they look like. People are capitulating. A lot of people think it's over, and yeah, I think the most likely scenario here is not a huge bounce all the way back up to the top, but yeah, just a slow grind. That slow grind may slowly trickle lower, but I think this is all, like you said, just an opportunity for the whales to accumulate, and those strong altcoins that bounce back. And I believe that Sol will bounce back. I believe that some of these bigger cap altcoins, some of the smaller caps that I hold in my portfolio, I believe will bounce back. But I think it's going to be one of those slow grinds, and that's what gets people shaken out of the market. So you have this big, huge push downwards that gets the first people out. Let's get them out of the market. Then, well, how do we get the people who are still holding on? We just make it really boring. We make them feel like they're better off putting their money somewhere else. And you get them all out, and then we start to rock it again, which I think is most likely. Yeah.
Okay. I think you're probably at the gym now. But last thing, obviously, like some people are buying right now, but we could move up to 80K tomorrow or a couple days from now, then 90K, then 100K, and I think we kind of have to have some process for maybe scaling out of the market or something like that. I talked about my plan on selling crypto in yesterday's video, but I'm curious what your plan is. Like, do you have something already set out? I know that we do some investments that other people don't do. We're like in more altcoins a lot of the time. So I'm kind of curious if you have something set.
My plan is to get out when the market is overly euphoric, and it will be DCA out. I don't have an exact target. I don't have any price points. A lot of people ask me for my price point where I'm going to sell. I don't really do that. What I do is I analyze the sentiment in the market. So the sentiment in the market right now is bearish, anger, pain. It's over. It's dead, destruction. That's when I'm buying. That's when I'm accumulating, or that's when I'm just sitting, relaxing, and I'm, going off and getting on with my life. And then when we get into euphoria, like we were about 4 months ago, 6 months ago, that's when I start to shave some profits. And once we sustain that area, that gives me the time that I need to be getting out. And, in the last bull run, I very much didn't time the perfect top. I started to get out too early. Solana, I got out of too early. I think it was 180, in and around that. I can't remember exactly. Oh, maybe 130. I can't remember exactly, but it was too early, right? I did the same thing again for Solana this time around. I got out too early. But what that does is it protects my downside. It means in moments like this, I can relax. I have the capital to deploy again. And then when we see Solana, we want to see the euphoria, right? We want to see these crazy things in the market. We want to see everyone going nuts. We have yet to see mainstream euphoria. When we see SNL skits about Dogecoin, it's not going to be the same thing. But when we see those sorts of things happening, Tesla will probably again say they accept Bitcoin as payment, which doesn't mean anything. It means literally nothing, but it means the market is bullish again. These are the times where you can take some profit off the table. That's what I'll be doing, slowly getting out of things and probably just shaving my portfolio as it moves, So we have a big move upwards, everyone's excited, I take some profits and I just rinse and repeat that. And then when I have, like I think you mentioned, you just take 10% or whatever of your whole portfolio. For me, if I make a good trade and the market is euphoric, I'm going to take a big portion of that trade out. A lot of that. If it's gone up 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever X, I'll take half of the position. I might take 70% of the position, but I'll be accumulating cash basically, and then ready for either the bear market to come again, or I'll just funnel that into. I have 2 real world RWA investments that I do. Property in Dubai, and then I'm building property in Bali. So if anyone on Sam's channel wants to learn more about either of those things, come over to my channel and then hit me up with the links in the description. I'm building a 15 villa development in Bali at the moment, and we're going to be accepting crypto. We're doing a pre-sale. Yeah, and you can spread out your payments over time. So that's something that I'm diversifying my assets and my portfolios with putting money in different property, but also different countries and different avenues. So when moments like we have today, like I was saying to you, right today, instead of being so focused on crypto, I've just moved my attention over to focus on some of my property businesses. And that way you stay very unemotional in the market. So yeah, that's my overall game plan.
Awesome. I like what you said there too. I know yesterday we talked about how at the bottom of the bear market, you're being called an idiot for buying. I think the key is you just always have to be an idiot, and then you're probably doing okay. When you're selling at the top or too early, right? But you've already moved up 4 or 5x, that's probably a good time to be trimming. When you're down or everyone is down 80%, that's probably a good time to be buying. But Conor, thanks so much for coming back on the channel. I have to go. You have to go. We'll have you back on again. Of course, there are links underneath the video, whether you're seeing this on Conor's channel or my channel. There are links to the other person, and there are also links to different exchanges. I know right now CoinW is doing a big airdrop for 100 million jungle tokens on my channel. Might be doing it on Conor's too, but they're doing airdrops all the time. So definitely check them out. Thank you so much, Conor. We'll see you in the next one.